war on police continues, and in a pretty scary way. We're finding out that fentanyl-laced flyers were placed on Harris County Sheriff's Office vehicles. Now, Harris County is the county that encompasses Houston, Texas, one of the largest cities in the United States. Very well-trained, well-equipped, well-funded sheriff's office, large sheriff's office. This is very, very scary stuff. A story from the Houston Chronicle told us a sergeant with the Harris County Sheriff's Office was hospitalized Tuesday after coming in contact with fentanyl-laced paper flyers. And what the bad guys are doing is they're lacing the flyers with fentanyl, however they're doing it, sprinkling it on, maybe making it an aerosol, and putting them on the windows of patrol cars, presumably, so that police officers, sheriff's deputies, walk out to their vehicle. They've got to remove that piece of paper so it's not flapping in their face when they drive. They're not going to be wearing gloves. You're not leaving to go on patrol, or if it's your take-home vehicle, you're not thinking you're ready to go home, you're tired, or you're ready to go on patrol. You're not expecting to be attacked that passively right outside of the sheriff's office or your substation. So you grab that flyer, you crumple it up. Now it's all over your hands. You throw it in the garbage. The effect can be instant. Fentanyl is 100 times more potent than morphine. And through absorption, it's as potent as if you were to snort it or smoke it or inject it. This is very, very scary stuff. The flyer, the Houston Chronicle says, was one of several placed on nearly a dozen sheriff's office vehicles at the Harris County Sheriff's Office Recruitment and Criminal Investigation Center. So they're detectives, really. They're investigative people and the people that go out there and hire people to be deputies. To me, this is a very symbolic, calculated attack. And make no mistake, this is a terror attack. Now, at least one flyer tested positive for fentanyl, and they call it a sometimes deadly opioid, but we've seen many, many people who have overdosed and passed away from fentanyl. Right now, they've tested one of the 15 to 20 flyers. That tested positive. The remaining flyers were sent out to the county crime lab. It's called the Harris County Institute of Forensic Science. Now, as I was saying, this sergeant had a take-home vehicle, came across the flyer as she was leaving work. She didn't think anything of it. Who would? We have flyers on our cars all the time for various businesses or promotions. You take it, you crumple it up, you throw it in your glove box or wherever, or a garbage pail. But she started to feel lightheaded and have what she considered to be, through her training, some kind of exposure to an opioid. They call it fentanyl-related symptoms. She was rushed to the hospital and treated and relieved. One of the chiefs said that luckily they caught it very, very quickly. Actually, it wasn't a chief; it was the Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez. That she caught it quickly. We do know from our experience with fentanyl is that it can be very deadly, and as I mentioned earlier, the sheriff said it's 100 times potent than morphine. This is really out of control. Now, the flyers promoted the organization Targeted Individuals, an organization that believes the deep state targets certain people. They believe the FBI and CIA purposefully inflict mental, physical, and emotional stress on enemies of the deep state, in part by shooting microwave technology at their head in order to cause brain damage. That, according to the group's website. I rail about the deep state all the time, but I tell you, the deep state is really just institutional bureaucrats. Those people who make you wait online at the Department of Motor Vehicle, or can't process a disability benefit at Social Security Administration. Those bureaucrats who have veterans sitting for 5 hours in VA waiting rooms. Not these smoke-filled rooms of CIA and FBI shadow government people who shoot microwaves at your head. Doesn't need to be. Doesn't need to be. Institutional bureaucrats can frustrate you much more, drive you insane probably much faster than that kind of thing. But this is telling a much broader, much more scary story, in that we look at the opioid crisis as one of worried about the individual overdosing and dying or becoming addicted and the cost of addiction. We need to start looking at opioids as a national security crisis now that can be weaponized. I'm going to go much deeper into this on my longer show, Off the Cuff Declassified. I've got a really, really scary story to tell you out of Russia, how an opioid was used as an airborne chemical weapon. It's really important content. Hope we bring it to you every day. Subscribe to our premium service at www.therebel.media/shows. Go to the App Store, download the Rebel app. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.